I don't think this suburb or area has a particular name like some other parts of Goulburn, like Bradford Hill and East Grove and so on. When I say I've broken into shoes, I think they're a bit more flexible, a bit more bendy, something or other. And they don't make quite the same noise they used to make. And I know that part of that is that heels tend to strike the ground before they burst. And of course all your weight goes onto the heel, and that probably contributes to the noise. A bit more downhill around this bend along next to the deer hills, as I mentioned. I don't know what you can see ahead of you, but I'm going to cross View Street, which runs down the southern side of Wallandilly, and then go up Newton Street. And I formed the impression in my mind, rightly or wrongly, that this hill isn't as steep as the Gilmore Street one we've just done. It's longer, but I don't think it's as steep. But it was the second of the two hills that were giving me nightmares. Am I going to make it? All that kind of stuff. I guess we're going to know in a few moments. Again, I keep my head down a little bit so I can concentrate on what's in front of me rather than what's ahead. But I do look up every now and again just to see how I'm going, how much further to go and all that. And then, before you know it, you're on the top of it. Another nightmare taken care of. And you see, down the other side here now, when I say nightmares, I'm not waking up in a cold sweat or anything, silly like that, but just having doubts about whether you can do what you've done once before, and that being a reason to who either don't get out of bed in the first place, or get out of bed and go on another run, a different course. Alright, that's Newton Street. Trying to get run over. Crossing Fitzroy Street. This road here in front of me, I think it's called Hoskins Street, and for the next good couple of k's we're either gently going down a hill or going on the flat, so no need to talk about hills or relive nightmares when you foolish things like that. Just try to run your run, go where you've planned to go. Yes, this is Hoskins Street. Bloody cars around today, I tell you. It's one of the problems with doing a road like this, avoiding the cars and keeping your rhythm going. Other times I try to get onto the running track as quickly as I can, and we don't have to do that, stopping for the cars. It's not so much about the time, although that's always a consideration, more about the rhythm you're in. You're just getting going and an intersection or whatever. On the left hand side here, Altman High School farm. They have a small vineyard, a variety of animals, sheep, cattle, some alpacas. There's a telescope, I think, in the white. I don't know if you can see that white dome building there. That's a telescope used for obviously astronomy studies or something. A little bit of a reserve here on the right hand side. Sadly no play equipment of any sort for the people who live in this area. Turning right into I think it's Williams Street. And again, nicely flat along here. First of three exits or off ramps onto the river track on Albert Street. There you go, left, and you'll be on the river track. I suppose it's a bit late this far into the run. It's not very far in, but 2 clips in probably. Say to those people who are watching and don't want to hear me gibbering on like this, just turn the volume down. I know you're smart enough to work it out for yourself, but if I say it means it's okay for you to do it, I guess. My son tells me that makes it more interesting, and it's about the story you're telling while you're doing it. But you don't hear some old geezer wheezing and gibbering. Just turn it off and enjoy the scenery. Although it says no through road here, there's a laneway through to Gibson Street. And there's another off ramp there, Prince Street, down towards the giant sculpture, the giant rusty ring. That'll take you to the river track as well. One of those many laneways around Goulburn. It doesn't have a name, I don't. Certainly no signpost. It's got a name. Take you through to Gibson Street, the southern end of it, and then you turn left. You'll come onto the track at the Gibson Street Bridge. And they go right. And then just for variety, around Buffalo Crescent North here, complaining about the cars before, but it's all very quiet area, residential that you only come to if you live here. Doesn't take you to anywhere unless you were leaving for work. Wouldn't be much traffic up and down here. Nice grass areas in front of the people's houses, but no footpaths. This is classed as Buffalo Crescent East. It feels like I'm going south. Now, Neville Street. On the left hand side here is Goodyear Park. Used to be the home of Southern Tablelands Soccer Association, or Southern Tablelands Football Association as it's called now, for a long time. They moved out to what was Hockey Park, now called Cook Buntoon Park or something. You can see the AFL sticks, something of a sacrilege I reckon. But Goodhue, a bloke named Harry Goodhue, there's a plaque on the running track, on the river track that tells you about him. But he was an alderman, and I think he had a market garden or something like that on this land here when he retired, or perhaps when he died, I'm not sure. I have to read the plaque again. He gave the land to the council, and it's my understanding that in the deed, the document that gives the land to the council, it said it had to be used for recreational purposes. The council at one stage made some investigations into selling it, but because of the deed they were not able to. I'm on Victoria Street now, heading back towards the city, or the CBD or whatever, to Kinghorne Street. That's the locals were trying to orient themselves. I know I said this was a hill challenge. Well, you did those 2 hills. Now what? Well, no more for a while, but I've got a bit of a rise coming up here just shortly. I hope you'll be able to see it before we are up it. You get a sense of it. I'm going to turn into this little laneway here. Again, it doesn't have a name, I don't think. No sign. Just because it's something a bit different than running up Kinghorne Street.